They say blood is thicker than water. But what happens when it's your own blood that betrays you? What happens when the very people meant to protect you become the ones to destroy you? My name is Danielle Walker, and this is the story of how a lie almost broke my brother and our family forever. I'm the youngest of 5, raised on the south side of Chicago. My mama worked 2 jobs just to put rice and eggs on the table, and my daddy? He was gone before I even knew how to say his name. But through the noise and struggle, there was one constant: my big brother, Andre. 7 years older than me, Andre was my protector, my role model, my everything. When Mama was working night shifts, it was Andre who tucked me in. When the lights got cut off, Andre lit candles and made a game out of it. He told me I could be a lawyer. He told my cousin Jamal he could be a doctor. Andre believed we could all be more than our zip code, more than our trauma, more than our statistics. And he led by example. First in the family to go to college, Morehouse. Full ride. Honors program. Every time he came home for the holidays, he poured life into us. Hope, direction, vision. But light that bright, it attracts shadows. And in our case, the shadow came from inside the house. Auntie Renee, Mama's older sister, always had something slick to say about Andre. Said he was too proud, too educated, too full of himself. But what she really meant was, he made her feel small. One summer, Andre caught Auntie Renee stealing $500 from Grandma's account. Nothing major to some, but for us, that was 3 months of groceries. He confronted her calmly, but Auntie Renee? She didn't take it well. 2 weeks later, the police knocked on our door. It was a Sunday. Mama's spaghetti was on the stove. They said Andre had been accused of sexually assaulting someone, our little cousin Maya. She was only 12. I'll never forget the way Andre looked. His eyes wide, hands shaking, repeating, "I didn't do this. I didn't do this." Mama demanded Maya tell the truth, but Maya just cried and said nothing. Auntie Renee stood behind her, cold and silent, arms crossed like a warden watching a sentence be carried out. They took Andre away in front of us. Cuffed. No charges filed, no real evidence. Just a lie, and a family torn straight down the middle. Morehouse dropped him that same week. Didn't even call. Just revoked the scholarship and scrubbed his name from the roster. Church folk whispered. Neighbors crossed the street when they saw us. Mama cried for weeks. And Andre? He came back 6 days later, but he wasn't Andre anymore. He sat on the porch for hours, saying nothing, just staring. One morning, he was gone. No goodbye, no letter, no trail. For 3 years, we heard nothing. Nothing, until the day Maya came back. She was older, face pale, shaking as she stood at Mama's door. She said she needed to tell the truth. That Auntie Renee forced her to lie. Said Andre was getting too successful. That the family needed to be put back in their place. Maya confessed everything, sobbing. She said she was scared, that she didn't even understand what she was saying at the time. But the guilt had eaten her alive. We recorded her confession and took it straight to the police. You know what they said? Too late. Statute of limitations. No physical evidence. They wouldn't even clear his name. Wouldn't update the record. Wouldn't apologize. But I didn't stop there. I found Andre. He was in Atlanta, working nights at a gas station, sleeping in his car. When I showed him the video, he didn't cry. He didn't speak. He just hugged me. Longest hug of my life. Then he said, "I knew I didn't do it, but it means nothing now." But it did mean something. Because Andre didn't stay broken. He got up, got a job, saved every penny, went back to community college, graduated top of his class, started a youth center for boys who had been lied on, cast aside, shut out. Boys like him. Today, that center helps over 300 kids every year, gives them mentors, tutors, safe space, therapy, and most of all, hope. As for Auntie Renee, when Maya's confession came out, the family saw her for what she was. Not out of revenge, but because when people show you who they are, believe them. She lost everything. Not because we punished her, but because the truth always rises. That's what I learned. The truth don't need permission. It don't need a courtroom or a judge. It just needs time. Because someone watching this right now is carrying the weight of a lie, thinking it's the end of their story. But I promise you, it's not. They tried to bury Andre with that lie, but they didn't know he was a seed. And when he rose, he didn't rise alone. He pulled others up with him. They tried to break him, but he became a builder. That's real justice. That's real legacy. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of justice, truth, and power from behind the scene.